Hey guys, today I wanted to do the Nope Trope book tag created by Zoe from Zoe's All Booked. I will leave her original video down in the description. So yeah, let's get into the questions. The first trope is eavesdropping with miscommunication. Name a book you heard great things about and expected to love but ended up hating. So I read this book when I first got into actually reading a lot and getting into booktube, and that is The Wrath and the Dawn by Renee Ahdieh. This is of course the German edition, but I've heard so many great things and still I keep hearing so many good things about it, but I gave it 2 stars. First of all, it was really boring. Nothing really happened. And then it was kind of morally questionable. Because if you didn't know, this is about a caliph, is that the word? Basically like a Middle Eastern monarch, and he keeps inviting girls over to his palace for one night, and in the morning they all get killed. And we basically follow one girl who is plotting to kill him. I didn't like it. Just another book that I want to mention is also One of Us is Lying. I heard so many amazing things about that one. It's like a murder mystery thriller kind of about, I think, 5 teenagers who all get sent to detention, and one of them ends up getting killed. And the premise just sounds amazing. This is one of my favorite tropes actually, but it was just not done very well because we got all this information about the characters after, you know, the murder happened, and then in the end it was just, I did not like the ending at all. So yeah. The second trope are love triangles. Name a series where you can't pick your favorite book. So I wanted to pick a series where I read all of the books, and yeah, I think I'll have to go with The Infernal Devices. This is one of my all-time favorite series. I love these characters. I think the plot is not even the most important thing in these books, but the characters are just... I feel like most people either love Clockwork Princess or Clockwork Prince the most, but honestly I really can't pick a favorite, so The Infernal Devices. Trope number 3, not like other girls or didn't know I'm beautiful. Name a book that has a pretty cover but was boring as hell. For that I chose Solitaire by Alice Oseman. I was super excited to read this because this edition also matches my edition for Radio Silence, and I really love this cover. However, I already told you a lot about this book in my reading vlog. I just did not like the character at all, and the story was super boring. So, trope number 4, all-consuming love. Name a book that gave you a book hangover. I really miss getting book hangovers. I feel like there's such a lack of books that give me hangovers these days, but the one book that really gave me a book hangover was God's Grave. Oh my goodness. This took me quite a while to read. However, the ending, like the last couple of 100 pages, there were just so many plot twists and so many twists and turns. I was like, oh my gosh. I was really having like emotional reactions when I read this book, which I really miss these days in books. So yeah, if you have not picked up the Nevernight trilogy, please do so and do yourself a favor. Trope number 5, douchebag boyfriend. Name a book that took you a while to get into but you ended up loving. So I have a couple of books that I want to show you. The book that immediately came to mind was Nevernight, and this definitely took me some pages and chapters to get into because I didn't know what was going on, but really loved it. And yeah, but I didn't want to, you know, show this trilogy again, so I'm going to talk about 2 other books. So I already talked about this in my mid-year book freakout tag that I'm going to upload on Sunday, but it's this German book, Effi liest, by Anna Moretti, and it is a rom-com basically, but set in the 1800s in Berlin, which I love. And I thought about DNFing this one 30 pages into the book, but I'm so glad that I stuck around because I just loved the characters and so much social commentary. Please, if you're able to read in German, please read this book. But I'm also going to show another book because I know most of you probably don't read in German, but another book that took me a little while to get into was Illuminae by J. Christoph and Amy Kaufman. And I read this like in the beginning of 2019. I still haven't picked up Gemini. I don't know why, because this was so epic, such a fun sci-fi read, but it definitely took some getting used to in the beginning, but it was really worth it. And then lastly, tell us your favorite or least favorite tropes. So one of my favorite tropes is when a couple of characters are stuck in one house and like one is the murderer. Love those. There are a couple of Agatha Christie novels that are like that, and I love these books, and I love this trope. And then I also really like dark and mysterious magical forests. But yeah, I think my all-time favorite one is the one I mentioned earlier. And one of my least favorite tropes right off the bat is miscommunication. It's just so frustrating and unnecessary in my opinion. So yeah. But thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell to get notified whenever I upload. And please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. See you in the next one. Bye.